the desk.
All right, thanks so much, Bill. Well, from forecasts to predictions tonight, as we say goodbye to 2008, a lot of people are looking ahead to the new year, wondering what it'll bring. So, wonder no more. Anthony Carr, a psychic extraordinaire, joining us this morning to share some of his predictions for the new year. First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
First question I have: How do these predictions come to you? A dream or a thought, or how do you come up with these?
Exactly that. I could be sitting reading a paper. Something in the paper would trigger a vision. I could be walking down the street. I could be visiting the water closet.
And it just
comes to you as a flash, a picture, like the old flash cameras in the 1940s Dick Tracy movies.
And that quickly, it just...
Yes, unfortunately, and sometimes I get a feeling with it, an attended feeling called clairsentient, but mostly as visions. I don't have subtitles underneath, and I don't have a volume control. Some people are clairaudio, though. They hear voices.
Okay.
And my granny, who missed the Titanic, used to be clairsentient.
All right, well, we're going to start with just a few. I mean, he has a whole bookload, but just a few dealing with Canada. One of the first ones that caught my eye is a prediction you have for who will be Canada's next Prime Minister.
Mr. Harper.
Well, next Prime Minister you have is going to be a woman with dark hair.
Short dark hair, wears red dresses. What's that, liberal? Hails from hilly country, a hill country. Actually, I said that about 10 years ago, and all the candidates went around wearing red. but unfortunately, or fortunately, it hasn't transpired yet. But some of these visions don't adhere to terrestrial time, Earth time.
So you think it might happen this year, but it might be a little ways away.
Harper, I predicted, would be in for 3 or 4 terms.
All right. Of course, he's changing those terms, making them as short as can be. Another one about the Blue Jays. Some good news on that front, if you're a baseball fan.
Well, I'm really not sports-minded, which gives me better objectivity. And years and years ago, I predicted the Blue Jays would be world champions 3 times in a row. Which happened, of course, the 3rd time by default. There was a baseball streak. They are going to win either the Eastern Division or actually, I see the pennant of the World Series this coming season.
Nice, this coming season. And Hollywood North, there's been a bit of a damper on the film activity here. Partly the Canadian dollar, the economy, you're saying is coming back.
Unfortunately, the world situation economically is going to deteriorate before it gets any better. But with Mayor Miller talking about syntax, anything to do with syntax, S-I-N, is going to make a ton of money. Therefore, entertainment, movies, booze, broads, all of the below-the-line profits are going to.
All right.
So I think I know it will sustain our economy. Probably the only place in the entire world that will.
Before we leave, one out of what I have to call the absolute bizarre category, Nicole Kidman, you say, is suddenly going to leave her husband and have an affair with Ellen DeGeneres.
I did
She's
say that.
She's changing teams.
I did, but as you know, or maybe you do not know, I have to write like hundreds of predictions a week. And so I have to have a few off-the-wall entertaining ones. But those are the ones that come true, actually, before even the more serious ones that I envision.
All right, thanks so much. Anthony's book, Stargazer Predictions and Prophecies, will be launched in February, on February 4th, in Toronto at the Homestead Bar that is in the Old Mill Inn. He'll be giving away books and book signings, all that kind of stuff.
Readings and playing a little Jewish jazz, too.
Great stuff.
You're going to ask me what
Jewish
jazz is?
Oh, just don't have time to get into that. Perhaps next time. Coming up, entertainment news is next. We'll have the scoop with Sarah.